Which hyperinflation was the greatest? Germany, Venezuela, Yugoslavia, Zimbabwe? All of them were among the greatest economic disasters in history, but none of them. The greatest monetary collapse in history, Hungary. The year is 1946. World War II had ended, but the country's economy was still struggling to survive. The war had destroyed factories, production had fallen, government revenues had declined, the economy had collapsed, and the government chose a solution, printing more money. But every new banknote printed reduced the value of money even more. Hungary's currency, the pengő, became one of the fastest devaluing currencies in history. Prices spiraled out of control. Monthly inflation reached approximately 41.9 quadrillion %. This was the highest recorded hyperinflation in history. Prices were doubling approximately every 15 hours. What did this mean? A product you bought in the morning could cost twice as much by evening. Getting paid was not salvation, because if you kept the money in your pocket, you were losing. People raced to spend their money, because time was more valuable than money. Banknotes became larger, numbers became bigger, zeros multiplied, but value disappeared. The government printed banknotes worth 100 quadrillion pengő. But as the numbers grew, people's trust in money disappeared. At some point, money was no longer wealth. It was just printed paper. People stopped using the old currency because millions, billions, even trillions could buy almost nothing. Finally, a solution came. The pengő was abandoned. A new currency was introduced. The forint was born. And one of the greatest hyperinflations in history ended. But a great lesson remained. Hungary, 1946. The greatest example of how quickly a country's money can disappear. Billions were printed. Trillions were printed. But no number could bring back the lost value, because sometimes a country's collapse does not begin on the battlefield. It begins with the money in your pocket. Hungary, the greatest monetary collapse in history.